team from the material science. And this is the final round in the petrol contest. We have the six team and committee member make the score and we show the performance, your performance and share the level and talk your topics and score. We start.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all of you for coming here today. As the first candidate, firstly, let me introduce myself. My name is Chen Dao, and this is my candidate. Today, we hope that we'll bring you an informative and exciting presentation. So please enjoy it. Like coal, oil, or natural gas because they're cheap, plentiful, and easy to mine. However, their reserves are running out, so at the end of the day, we all know that we have to change. There is a quote like this: change is a law of life, and those who look only to the past or the present are certain to miss the future. But scientists are none of them, so they always try to find a new direction in energy resources. And what they found is right here, unconventional hydrocarbon. Among them, gas hydrates may represent one of the world's largest reservoirs of carbon-based fuel, so they play very important roles. So today, our team would like to make a presentation on the topic, gas hydrates, future energy resources. Firstly, I will give you a brief introduction about gas hydrates. And the next part is about recovery methods, following up with some updated information about mining activities, and last but not least, the technical challenges. Now we go to the introduction. Let's begin with very basic questions. What is gas hydrates? So what hydrates is defined by a volume of natural gas to be trapped in a crystallized structure of water molecules. However, this contains only a very specific condition of pressure and temperature. And as you can see here, this is a gas hydrate phase diagram, and within the pressure higher than 20 atm and the temperature is low enough, lower than 15 degrees Celsius, gas hydrates may be generated. And with many researchers, scientists give the general value of gas hydrate condition is around 5 degrees Celsius and about 30 atm of pressure. This corresponding to the 500 meter depth of the sea. So where we can encounter the such. That's the specific condition. Well, there are two geological settings that are in this requirement. Is that first that is fermenters, and the second one is deep ocean sediments. And how the mountain hydrates form. To know the more detail, please take a look at this video clip. Mountain hydrates, because of their mobility, will move upward to the lower layer, where they meet low temperature and high pressure. And this pressure will push them into the void of water and form layer of gas hydrates. And according to the United States Geological Survey, they conclude that the reserve of gas hydrates is very huge. They vary from 10,000 to 11,000 gigatons. And the organic carbon contained in gas hydrates may be bigger than any fossil fuel in the world combined. gas hydrates, and they are literally distributed all over the world. So, with all that information, let's come to a conclusion that why we have to study about gas hydrates. I have 3 points here. The first one is that this is one cubic meter of gas hydrates, but they can extract up to 164 cubic meter of natural gas. So they are very powerful energy. And the second point is that they have very large reserves and they distribute literally all over the world. So that makes gas hydrates so appealing, right? And so how we can recover methane from gas hydrates? That's a very tough question to answer because we can need a lot of technical as well as economical challenges in this type of resource. The first difficulty is that this fuel is resist in solid form. So they're very different from conventional oil and gas, and we can apply all technical as well as all facility to this resource. So they did research and they found that if we want to recover methane from gas hydrates, we must transform the equilibrium condition of gas hydrate stability zone to the gas which is trapped in water molecule can be dissociated to the free gas and they can move upward to the well and to the surface. There are 3 methods that apply this methodology. The first one is thermal stimulation. The second one is depressurization, and the final one is inhibitor injection. Now we go to the detail. This is depressurization method. In this method, the well will be drilled into the free gas zone below the hydrate formation. And then we will lower the pressure inside the well, and then the gas will be dissociated and flow into the well and up to the surface. And the next one is thermal injection. In this method, we will pump hot water or steam into the well and dissociate gas hydrates, and then the gas will be dissociated and mixed with hot water and return to the surface inside the well. And instead we use hot water, we can use some chemical compound like methanol or carbon dioxide and to change the equilibrium of gas hydrate formation. And I just go over 3 methods to recover methane from gas hydrates. Now let's update some information about mining activities. As you can see, in 1995, Japan started conducting research about gas hydrates, and follow after is India, USA, Germany, South Korea, and China. And in March 2013, Japan completes the first offshore methane production test. So how about Vietnam? Well, in 2010, the government of Vietnam just started the production about gas hydrates, and we found that Vietnam had very huge potential about gas hydrates. And we can see that here, Phú Khánh Basin từ Chính Phủ Mây Basin or Hàng Sa Trường Sa Basin is a very potential candidate for gas hydrates because firstly, let's take a look at batimetric map. We can see that this area has a depth of the sea vary from 300 to 3,000 meters. So we down to the pressure about over 60 atm and the temperature is below 10 degrees Celsius. So this is a very favorable condition according to the United States Geological Survey, they evaluate the Vietnam gas hydrates that rank 5th among Asian countries. That is good news. Now we come to the last part, technical challenges. The first one, gas hydrates. You know, it's very hard to study about gas hydrates because the expenditure to extract a core, because we must maintain the condition of pressure and temperature so that the gas hydrates not be dissociated when we bring it into the surface. So it's cost a lot of expenditure. And the second challenge is that because gas hydrates is sitting in deep water and it requires very complex facility of drilling as well as its transport facility. And the gas hydrate well is also complex than the normal gas well. And the final one is that the stability of the formation, because when we recover methane from gas hydrates, we will change their stable condition. So it's hard to become the original one condition, and it leads to some environmental hazard like landslides or tsunami, for example. So we come to the conclusion. As I mentioned, gas hydrate is a very huge potential energy resources, and they may become the future energy game changer. And the second point that there are three main possible means to recover methane from gas hydrate is that thermal stimulation, depressurization, and inhibitor detection. And how about in Vietnam? Vietnam has very huge potential in gas hydrates, especially in Phu Thanh Basin, Thầy Sa Trường Sa Basin, and Tân Chinh Phủ Mây Basin. And the production of gas hydrates may encounter very complex, and they might cost a lot of money, but they are worthy to discover and research on it. So that's the end of my presentation. This is the reference. Thank you for listening. This is our reference. Mainly, we collect information in these two books of iron chemicals and.
I think you did pretty good on the subject. I'm involved in the media and project therapy. I'm going on Monday to Japan. I'm really expecting from the same subject. So I know how it works. Good information. One of the things you might have to consider is the subject says lithium hydrate, then the next resource, right?
And the resource, the energy resource for the future.
Future, right? So look at the conclusion. Go back to the conclusion. Top three, okay? Last.
Yeah.
When you say future resource, yeah, it is. But by economics, it's not feasible. That's what you're trying to say.
So I conclude that until now, it's very expensive to produce methane from gas hydrates. Even though that there are possible means to recover them, but it's very costly and expensive. So we need to conduct more research on these resources to find the best way and commercially way to recover them from the other ground.
That should be your finishing statement, which is what you missed. You have the point. Your point is right, you're right. That's the future. That's where we're going. Methane hydrate has huge potential in Southeast Asia because but taking a sample or producing it is a thing. It's a real thing. It's so complicated. But future, yeah, that makes a lot of value because that you're right. One part makes 164 parts of natural gas. It's huge reserve. Japan, South Korea, Vietnam, huge reserve. But you you have to complete it in such a way, in a positive way, you need to do that. Okay, but in the future, say, this is risky at this point, in the future, we will find a solution. Because when oil field started before 100 years, nobody knew we would go to 5,000 meters. We are going to do it. So if you want to take methane merit, yes, we will. We need the right technology and time. This time will be it. It's a good subject. Very good.
Any question? I have one question. Actually, actually very good presentation. Also, it is teamwork. So I know that you have represented a lot, so I would like to ask you also, okay?
Yes.
So in her presentation, she mentioned that we have possible three ways to produce the gas hydrogen. So based on your opinion, what do you think is the sustainable after current solution?
Now the best method is gas circulation. It's one way we think is in 2013, Japan had production by method. And another method is that it is chemical injection. They use a chemical like carbon dioxide, so they will reduce the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. So it will have improve the climate.
So how about the first she showed us from Japan, India, so and last one in China. So if you compare the technology of China and Vietnam, what is your comment about it? I mean the better, for example.
China,
Maybe you can
yes,
I think the method is all the same.
put it in
The methods are all the same. Japan is the first country to do it. They have huge reserve. In fact, the Japanese are the one who is doing it. But it's a deep water. It's like 1,200 meter water. And you have to go only 100 meters into the seabed. You get methane hydrate. So your casing springs have to be different because metallurgy will be different. Methane hydrate will damage your wellhead and pipes. You got to run cables to study it. And the cementing chemicals are all different. So it's complicated. So you reverse how you do it. So they just finished one way after one. India is studying it. All these countries are studying it. Japan is the only one who needs it.
So one of the things, if you found more the reference, I think it's because gas hydrate is there are huge debate because recently the actually DOA is decreasing the fund for the gas hydrate. Reason why, if the gas hydrate is concentrated, we can find some solution or whatever. But in case of spread, is not resource, it's a disaster because it's related, methane is related to climate change. Because methane is very toxic material for the climate change, so there's a very huge debate actually. So actually, if you show the pros and cons at the moment on the what will we have to study further, that's a better approach for us. I think it's good, but I think the flow of the presentation is really reinforced more.
Any questions?
Question?
All questions, please.
Okay.
Okay, you said that the cat has will have to change from the stable form to the unstable form. That requires energy. So that's combustion, right? Then I want to ask about the environment trends parts. Did you consider that? Because I know that Vietnamese environment regulation are not strict. So I just wanted to ask about the environment. Like I said that producing gas nitrates is very risky as well as challenges because one point is that they impact the environment because the way we produce methane from gas nitrates may change the stability of the formation. So at at this moment, we haven't found a way to collect the best method to recover from gas hydrates. So I think that we need further research on this subject so we can satisfy both way commercial and environmental aspect.
I know that methane is the best way to store energy up to date. Because like you have to kind of consider the environment affect consumption and how to increase the gas hydrate efficiency. Then I think that you can learn from study abroad and go to elsewhere in the world to know how to run the gas hydrate efficiency. But to relate to the environment stuff, do you think which is more important to be in the first consideration?
Actually, with the current condition of global warming, the thermometers will melting and the gas hydrates stored in the thermometers will release out of the environment. So it causes many effects of.
Don't you think this is a paradox? Because you using gas hydrate to create methane and methane to store energy, which is something really help the environment to use another source of energy rather than the oil. But then that combustion again affect negatively the environment. Isn't that a paradox?
It's not that way, but it's very complex. It's very complex to answer your question because it's very large, contained, so
yeah, I got it.
Maybe you can use CO2 capture to form again injection into the product to collect the gas, and after that we can recycle.
Is your question being, you're saying methane hydrate is not environment friendly, why are you risking it? Is that your question? May you repeat the question?
I think that the combustion of gas hydrate is not environmentally friendly, as you said yes.
Nothing is environment friendly when it comes to oil and gas.
Right?
You're producing oil from the ground. Do you think crude oil is environment friendly?
Really, sorry, I couldn't hear you clearly.
Crude oil.
Yes,
The
crude
oil
oil,
you
yeah.
take from the ground. Is it environment friendly?
Well, Australian crude oil, yeah, but that's not.
Exactly. That's the point. Crude oil is not environment friendly. Natural gas is not environment friendly. Methane hydrate is not environment friendly. Any hydrocarbon is not environment friendly.
Okay, I see your point.
That's the answer. Anything we do with oil and gas, nothing is environmental friendly. We do it safely. We find a way to do it safely. That's the answer.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, the next slide.
We are from Faculty of Geology and Petroleum.
Can you talk louder? Now we're gonna give your
Forget we are sitting in front of you. Just louder, talk to your friends.
Price of oil is still the biggest and recently in the world. In terms of issues out, we want to identify and analyze some reason to answer the question. Why does the price of oil is important?
The short versions of the story go like this. For most of the decades, oil price has been high, costing around $100 per barrel since 2010, and peaking at $150 in June 2014.